What is motivation? How do you get yourself motivated? How many times do you find it difficult to get up in the morning? How many times do you feel like your life has no meaning and that all you wanted to do was stay on the couch and watch some Netflix? Sure, that's how everyone feels after a breakup, but I mean every day. If you are like 99% of the population, probably that happens very often. But do not worry, these things are completely normal. As you can perhaps imagine, the problem here is, of course, the lack of motivation. Listening to motivational speeches and to other stories might seem like a great way to encourage and to motivate yourself, but that kind of motivation is temporary, and you might as well have figured it out already. You do not want to be motivated one day and then to procrastinate the other. If that were the case, no one would ever get out of bed. What you want to create in your life instead is the kind of motivation that will stick with you for the rest of your life, the kind of motivation that will make you feel excited to get up in the morning, the kind of motivation that will skyrocket your productivity, which will make your journey smoother and enjoyable. What you want to create is the kind of motivation that will bust through walls and which will melt anything away, which would make a cool superpower. That is what you want. That is the kind of motivation you must have in your life. But how do you do that? Because I had these issues myself not too long ago. I decided that it is time to share my secret with you so that you will benefit from these things as well. Anyway, before we do any of that, give us a like and make sure you subscribe to this channel right now because we release regular self-help videos which can potentially change your life for the better. Alright, have you done that? Now let's jump right into it. First and foremost, what you need to remember is that motivation comes in two forms. It is either internal or external. On the one hand, external motivation is when you are motivated to finish a task because of an external reward. For example, you are motivated to finish an assignment because you will receive $100 at the end. On the other hand, internal motivation is when you are motivated to finish a task because of an internal reward. For example, you might be motivated to go to the gym because of a feeling of a personal achievement, sense of pleasure, and accomplishment. Although the gym can have both internal and external motivations, there are a lot of good-looking people, and you can get better looking to them as well. Now, these two types of motivation, internal and external, are divided into two more categories as well. The internal and external motivation are either positive or negative. For example, you might work harder at your job to get a promotion. That kind of motivation is external and is positive. On the flip side, you ought to work harder because if you don't do so, you will get fired. That kind of motivation is also external, but it is negative. When it comes to internal motivation, you might find yourself running 5K miles a day because it makes yourself feel good about yourself. It makes yourself proud, and it boosts your confidence throughout the day. That is a positive internal motivation. On the other side of the coin, the only reason you run 5K miles a day is because if you don't do it, you will feel miserable and depressed at the end of the day. This is a negative internal motivation. Are you still with me? Good. Let's dive a bit deeper. Do you feel like you've already worked up a sweat hearing this? Me too. The reason I chose to tell you about these types of motivation is because what you want to have in your life is positive internal motivation. You are truly efficient and productive when you are driven by a positive internal source of motivation. If you find yourself procrastinating and backsliding, one of the reasons could be that you are motivated either by negative feelings or external feelings. However, staying motivated and engaged really takes work. This is not something that happens naturally to most people. In fact, most people are lazy and they don't have any drive in their life. So, what is the trick behind lasting motivation in your life? What do you need to do to be inspired every day and to stop backsliding? In my perspective, everything boils down to your vision, to your goals, and to your purpose. And just like real vision, the best kind of hindsight is 20/20. Now let me ask you something. Do you have a vision for yourself? If so, what is your vision? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself fighting for something? Do you see yourself as a hero? What do you want to create in life? What is your purpose? What is your calling? How significant is that? If this is your first time hearing about these things, this should be a rude awakening for you because this is how to create a consistent drive in your life. This is how to get motivated. Just ask LeBron James or Michael Jordan whose drive leads them to drive to the hoop and millions of dollars. To be motivated every day, your vision has to be so strong that will literally melt anything away. kind of like the sun to ice cream on a summer day. Your motivation has to be so strong that it will be good enough to bust through walls. It will be good enough to bust through challenges, to overcome the most depressing episodes of your life. Your motivation has to be so strong that you must feel like it is a fire that burns inside you, and it will inspire people just by looking at you. You must bring that fire on. You see, a strong motivation only comes with a strong vision. This is why most people are lazy and unmotivated. They are like that because they have nothing to fight for. Their life has no meaning. Who wants to be an aimless wanderer? That's like being a zombie. To be motivated, you must get clear about what you want to create in your life, and I hope you have something you want to create. If not, this is your starting point. Think of something you want to craft. It can be either physical or intangible. It can be anything. It can be a product, a service, a building, a great relationship, a community. Anything, as long as it fuels that fire inside you. Get that clear sense of what you want to do and make it your purpose. At first, everything starts just by imagining it. But then, after you build it in your mind, it is going to feel so real that it will make you feel motivated and excited about everyday living. That way you start the day jumping out of bed instead of trying to stay in it, even if it is comfy. So, with that being said, this is what you must do to get motivated and to be consistent in what you do. I hope that everything is clear and that it makes sense for you. If not, drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching this video, and if you find value in this content, give us a like, share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now if you want to learn more about motivation and how to create a meaningful life. Besides that, stay well.